Welcome to Car Swag. All right, settle in, because we're about to talk about a car that looked like your grandpa's Sunday ride, but hit harder than a freight train driven by a caffeine-fueled maniac. We're talking about the 1987 Buick GNX. This wasn't just a car, it was a middle finger to every V8 purist, a black-hearted legend born from an era of beige and boredom. It was the last gasp of proper American muscle before muscle cars knew they were coming back. Picture the 80s. Hair was big, shoulder pads were bigger, and most cars were about as exciting as a tax audit. Buick, bless its heart, was busy making comfy cruisers for folks who appreciated a quiet ride and a good coupon. Then, out of nowhere, they dropped this. The GNX wasn't just a Grand National, it was the Grand National that went to finishing school at McLaren and came back with a black belt in street fighting. This thing rolled off the line looking like it just stepped out of a bad mood and was ready to ruin someone's day, specifically anyone in a Corvette or a Porsche. The GNX had one color, void, matte black, gloss black, more black. It didn't need flashy paint to announce its arrival. It let the rumble do the talking. The fender flares weren't for show. They were there because this beast needed room to breathe, room to flex. And those louvers on the hood? Not just styling cues, they were battle scars, or maybe just vents for the pure, unadulterated anger brewing underneath. This car didn't ask for permission, it just showed up and took names. It's the kind of car that parks itself in the bad part of your brain and demands attention. Underneath that sinister exterior wasn't some big, thirsty V8 like every other muscle car wannabe. Oh no, Buick said, hold my beer, and shoved a turbocharged V6 in there. A V6? In 1987, that was like bringing a butter knife to a gunfight and winning. But this wasn't just any V6, it was a V6 with a serious chip on its shoulder. A six-cylinder that scoffed at displacement and laughed in the face of conventional wisdom. It was less about brute force and more about strategic, turbocharged violence. The sleeper energy meter on this bad boy? Off the charts, maxed out, exploding. This was the car that would sit at a stoplight looking all unassuming, then absolutely obliterate anything brave enough to pull up next to it. It was the quiet kid in class who suddenly became a wrestling champion. The ultimate dad car versus bad car stamp went straight to the GNX. Your neighbor would see it and think, "No, nice Buick, Frank." Then Frank would disappear in a cloud of tire smoke and regret, leaving your neighbor wondering what just happened. Driving the GNX wasn't about plush carpets and quiet contemplation. It was about raw, unadulterated thrust. That turbo spooled up, and suddenly the world got fuzzy. It pushed you back in your seat with the kind of force that made you question your life choices in the best possible way. This wasn't a gentle acceleration. This was an event. A moment where the car said, "Are you ready? Because I am." And usually, you weren't. It was surprisingly fast, almost too fast for its own good, or at least for the tires of the era. Only 547 of these dark angels ever saw the light of day. That's it. That's like finding a unicorn wearing a tuxedo and a boxing glove. It wasn't just rare, it was legendary the moment it rolled off the line. Buick didn't make these to sell millions, they made them to send a message. A message that said we still got it, even if it is a black turbo V6 monster that nobody saw coming. It was a mic drop moment for the brand, a final thunderous roar before the performance car world got a bit quiet for a while. The GNX was a car that dared to be different in an era of conformity. It was American muscle redefined, proving you didn't need 8 cylinders to be a terror on the street. It taught us that sometimes the quiet ones are the most dangerous. It didn't scream, "Look at me," until it was already gone, leaving nothing but the smell of high-octane fuel and bruised egos. It parks like a gentleman and leaves like a headline. So, would you daily it? Probably not. This isn't your grocery getter, unless your groceries include a fresh set of tires and a healthy dose of adrenaline. This is a special occasion car, a collector's item, a piece of automotive history that reminds us that sometimes the best cars are the ones that defy expectations and rewrite the rules. It's not just a car, it's a legend wrapped in black, waiting to unleash its inner demon. It's the spirit of American ingenuity with a serious attitude problem. The Buick GNX, the black sheep that became a wolf. Hit subscribe at cr._swag. More legends to roast and toast, one clean photo at a time.